Hi everybody, my name is Dane. I'm the director of the Magis Society at St. John's Jesuit High School and Academy. I wanted to take a few minutes to answer some of the frequently asked questions that we get during the admissions process of the Magis Society. So hopefully I can clarify a little bit about the program and maybe answer some of the questions you might have. So let's start with the obvious question. What is the Magis Society? So the Magis Society has been around at St. John's Jesuit for about 6 years. We are graduating our third senior class this year, which is very exciting. The Magis Society is a 4-year program at St. John's that engages students who are curious, ambitious, or passion-driven. Essentially, the program is modeled so that students can explore and pursue their passions and interests while at St. John's Jesuit. We try to achieve this in 3 main ways. We offer unique curricular opportunities, enrichment events, and it culminates in a capstone project with each student. Another question we frequently get about the Magis Society is the Magis Society a 4-year program? It is a 4-year program. Different events, different activities, different opportunities arise for the students each year of their membership in the Magis Society. For example, during freshman year, the students take a unique class where they learn from me and do project-based learning in order to help them explore and pursue their interests in the context of our Magis English 9 course. Sophomore year, the students in the program are invited to a number of different enrichment events. This could be speakers, lectures, connections with professionals, nonprofit organizers. It's really just a way for the students to expand their horizons and gain new perspective on their community and the world. During the junior and senior year, the students in the Magis Society pursue their capstone projects. They brainstorm, pitch their ideas, gain resources, acquire funding, and then they commit to producing their capstone project, which culminates in a big presentation day for the program. A nice follow-up question to the previous question is this program an exclusively English or humanities program? Because our unique class during the freshman year is Magis English 9, some people get the idea that maybe we're just a program that engages the humanities or English. That's not actually true. This is a multidisciplinary, cross-curricular program. We want the students to engage any and all disciplines throughout their time in the Magis Society. The reason we have a Magis English 9 class is because I'm an English teacher at St. John's Jesuit, so it just fit perfectly well in their schedules. And in addition to exploring all sorts of topics from philosophy to art, to science, to math, to theology, we also make sure that the students are ready for future English classes at St. John's Jesuit. But rest assured, the program is holistic. The students are allowed to explore and pursue any discipline that they're interested in. Another question we frequently get is, if a student joins the Magis Society, are they committed for all 4 years? Generally speaking, we hope that the students that join the Magis Society are going to commit for all 4 years. With that being said, life goes in paths we can't predict. So if a student finds that the Magis Society is too challenging, maybe it's too much time, maybe it's not necessarily what they thought it was, or it's not a great fit for them at that point in their life, then we of course have a conversation about the student departing the program. We also allow students to join the program later in their career at St. John's Jesuit on occasion. Although it doesn't happen too often, sometimes we find a sophomore or a junior or even a senior who fits the program perfectly, wants to conduct a capstone project of their own, and so we admit them into the program so that they can participate in what we do. As a 4-year program, we often get asked, how much additional time does it take to engage the Magis Society? It's a good question because students at St. John's Jesuit tend to be very busy. There are a lot of fun, amazing activities and opportunities at St. John's Jesuit. The Magis Society does not infringe on their ability to do anything else while at St. John's. It's not a huge time commitment outside of class. During their freshman and sophomore years, almost all events take place during the school day at St. John's. Sometimes we go on field trips, but rarely are they outside of school hours. One example of an event that does take place after school would be the freshman trip to the Toledo Opera. Traditionally, every year we go watch a performance by the Toledo Opera, and that takes place in the evening after school. But other than that, almost everything else takes place during class time or during the school day. The exception to this is the capstone project. Depending on the nature of each student's project, it could require time outside of school, shadowing with local professionals, visiting businesses. It really depends on the way that the project is manifesting. But the good news there is that students should be committing to projects that they're very interested in or passionate about. So it often doesn't feel like extra time or work because it's something that they want to do. Another frequently asked question, what are the advantages of being a part of the Magis Society? This is a great question and one I love to talk about. I think there are innumerable advantages to being a part of the Magis Society. Here are some of the highlights. I think one huge advantage of being a member of the Magis Society is that the students get to engage in learning in a different way with a cohort of peers. What I mean by that is students admitted into the Magis Society will get to know the other students in the Magis Society of their specific year very, very well. They'll share a unique class with them during the freshman year, but they also go to activities and events with those students and then gain this sense of unique brotherhood while at St. John's. It doesn't take away from the general Titan experience. It just creates a close-knit group of guys who share similar experiences and are ambitious and curious and want to pursue their passions. So I think that's one huge advantage, is gaining that sense of fellowship within the program. Another main advantage of the Magis Society is the students in it get a dedicated director in me. I'm here and available to aid them in whatever way I can. I can serve as advice giver, as mentor, as counselor in some cases. I can help them navigate difficult circumstances in their schedules. I can help expose them to different learning or resources that will help them pursue something they're interested in. I am here to help them. And in doing that, they gain an advocate and ally in the building that's looking out for their best interests. Another main advantage of the Magis Society is that students in this program get unique opportunities. We bring in speakers, leaders in the community, local professionals, alumni, nonprofit organizers to talk to the students in the program, and most of the student body don't necessarily get access to that all the time. We also go on field trips and host events that are unique to the Magis Society, so the students in that get to benefit from those, like trips to the opera or the museum or the symphony or tours of local businesses. A final advantage I like to mention is related to the college application process. Students in the Magis Society have a unique piece of their activities resume by being a member of this program. Additionally, their capstone projects are packaged in such a way on their college applications that give them an edge when competing with other students around the country at some very competitive schools. They also get a little extra attention from me and Mrs. Struckholz by being members of the Magis Society. For example, I take extra time during the college admissions process to review all the seniors in the program's college essays. I write letters of recommendation for them. I help them navigate their way through the research process and finding a school that fits them well and they feel comfortable in. So that extra attention during college application process can really give them the edge they need in order to be more competitive in some of the universities they apply to. The final question I'd like to address is how the Magis Society admissions process works. By now, you've probably received the materials you need to apply. When you get your letter of admittance to St. John's Jesuit, we send you a packet about the Magis Society. It gives you more information about the program, and it gives you the application materials. In order to apply, we ask for a series of demographic information on an application. We want a video interview from each student. We ask for a creative submission of the student's choosing and a letter of recommendation from an influential adult in your life. After the application process is done, when the window closes, I take all of the applications and I distribute them to the Magis Society Admissions Committee, which is made up of members of the faculty and staff at St. John's Jesuit. We meet together and pick out the students that we think will be good fits in the program. Traditionally, we take about 25 students every year in the Magis Society, give or take a couple, depending on the applying class. Usually we have our decisions made by the end of April or early May, and we start sending out responses, both acceptances and denials, around that time. If you have any other questions about the Magis Society, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. You can find me around the building if you'd like to come in. I'd be happy to talk to you on the phone, set up some sort of virtual meeting, or we can just exchange emails if that's what you'd like to do. But please don't hesitate to reach out. Hopefully your son thinks the Magis Society is a great opportunity at St. John's, and we see your application soon. Have a great day.